Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond? Break it down and tell the people how I feel a second? See, I'm the model of a modern major general, a venerated Virginian whose troops are all lining up, writing letters to their relatives, embellishing my eloquence and elegance. But the elephant is in the room. The truth is in your face when you hear the British cannons go boom. Welcome to Illo Talk. I'm Cory Kerr. This is day 32 of 100 days of animation. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure what day it is. It's not 32 though, but 32 is the next day. I missed some days, didn't quite get to 30 minutes, which sucks. I don't really like that, but couldn't be helped. I still worked on stuff, but anyway, we're gonna call the last period of time day 32. It was like a day or two. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, what I did today is I made these legs, and I don't like them. They're too long. They're down, and I want them to be forward. So I don't know, but I was practicing this tripod gate walking sequence, and I didn't bother to rig them up properly, and I just kind of moved them around and slapped together, and it doesn't look good. Not a great period of time. Not a great day. From a standpoint, I guess it's like one of those, you go down the wrong road, then you realize it's the wrong road, so you backtrack, but now you don't need to wonder whether it's the wrong road because you went down that road and you know it's wrong, so you don't second guess the right road. We'll call it that. We'll say that that's what happened. Anyway, so yeah, I should have rigged this up, but I was just doing a little screen test or whatever. I don't know, but I need to figure out a way for it to come at you but still be 2D, because I don't want to create 3D because that would be weird. It doesn't fit with the rest of the style, and it needs to lift in between a little bit more than it does. The top parts are just too long. This is going to be when I was a kid, we had a California desert tortoise, and most of the time that the tortoise would move really slowly, but every once in a while he would he'd lock his arms and legs, and he would just run, and he was up off the ground, and it was weird. But I kind of feel like this looks like that, weird locked legs that are kind of just flailing around, but not really, they don't look good or realistic. So anyway, so yeah, also, and this has nothing to do with anything, but and I will provide a link to his YouTube channel. A friend of mine is helping me build a media server and gaming box. So we sold our house in Idaho Falls after the nightmare of the crazy tenant that destroyed everything, and then we had to pay somebody to clean it up, and we sold it. Awesome, right? So I've got a little window where I can finally do something that I've always wanted to do since I was a kid, have a theater room. So I'm going to have a screen that you pull down and a projector, and then he's helping me build this computer where I'm going to have Steam, and it's going to have a ROM emulator, so I'm going to run Nintendo, and I'm going to run NES and SNES and SNES 64 and all that jazz. Anyway, it's going to be sick. I'm pretty excited to play Towerfall because I had that on the Ouya before that thing went belly up and blew. I don't know. I have it still for some reason. It's magically going to start working again. back to that thing on Kickstarter. That was one of the biggest disappointments. It never worked right. Super frustrating. Anyway, I'm going to do it for real. I'm going to have a PC. I'm not a PC guy, but PC is the way to go for a media server. Mainly because I don't want to do Linux, and Mac doesn't make any sense as a media server. But anyway, I'm going to have a PC, and I'm going to have a Rom Emulator, and I'm going to have... it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be really cool. And then I'm going to get Steam so that I can get a couple indie games, because not only do I like indie comics and indie movies and indie animation, I also like indie games. And I'm pretty excited about it. So it'll be cool. I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably next week. But we're going to build it. We're going to do some videos on the build. And you can watch those videos on his channel, which will be in the description. I really need like a camera that shows me what I'm looking at, because I don't know if I'm really pointing in the screen around right now. But yeah. So that's that. I will kind of give you updates as we go. It's going to be fun. Going to get a couch. We didn't make much money on our house, given the fact that it just cost us a ton of money to get her out and everything. That ate up most of our profits. We have like just enough to put a little away for savings and pay off a little bit of debt. So we'll be out of debt except for our house. I like being out of debt except for our house. I'm going to talk about debt on one of these videos. I don't like debt. I don't like debt a lot. Like, I have a fear of being in debt, and when I'm in debt, it just like eats in the back of my brain, and I can't focus on things. Like, it's just constantly there, and it drives me crazy. Anyway, so there's that. This is day-ish 32 of 100 days of animation, and I'm not going to miss any days anymore, and it'll be great. So, yep, that's it. By the way, you're seeing some gross, nasty images on the screen as reference during part of this, because these are the bad guys. I want to be very clear. I don't like Nazis, and I don't like Hitler, and I don't like the SS or the death squads. These are some evil, evil beetles that are doing bad things. And so, kind of like good old George modeled, the dark side after Nazi Germany, I'm doing some of that as well, and I wanted some of that aesthetic around as I was building some of these things. So I hate a lot of those images. I just want you guys to know that. I don't feel like anybody cares, but I'm not promoting that. I'm vilifying it as it should be vilified, like the KKK and terrorism and other like evil forces in the world should be vilified, not celebrated. So I just wanted to clear that up in case anybody's like, why is he designing people that look like SS? It's because they're bad. They're evil, horrible, horrible things that they're going to be doing in this short film. Yeah, I don't want to give anything away. It's not going to be like gory or anything, but it's stuff that shouldn't happen. Stuff that people shouldn't do to each other. Which is one of the reasons why I'm making this film. Like, I want to make it so that people recognize there are certain things that are bad. The government and people and voters and citizens should not do. So, that's that. Yeah, that's all I've got. All right, 100 days of animation. Cory Kerr. You can always catch me at corykerr.com, CORYKERR.com. And my social media stuff is in the description of this video. And leave me a comment. I've been enjoying talking to you guys. It's been cool. So, I'll catch you later.